Those of you who've never done archery or bows and arrows and whatnot, well, the very first time you take shots, you actually put your target on the bullseye and you take 10 shots like that. You don't adjust after each shot, you just put it on the bullseye 10 shots straight. And when I did that, all of my shots were on the right side of the target. So after doing that 10 times, it's pretty clear that when I aim for the middle, I end up hitting too far to the right. So if I want to actually hit the bullseye, I change my target to the left side of the bullseye, which sounds kind of weird that I'm aiming for the left side, but when I aim for the left, I usually end up in about the middle. And so the point that I'm trying to get at is sometimes we have these natural tendencies, these natural bents in our lives that are either too far right or too far left, and we kind of have to aim the opposite direction to get a little bit more towards the middle. For example, for me, you'd probably never guess this, I'm a real introvert. I remember one time on spring break at Fresno Pacific, everybody went home. I was the only person who stayed on campus. And for a week straight, I didn't talk to one person the whole time. And I kind of like enjoyed just being by myself, the solitude of it. And then afterwards, I was like, spending a week without talking to anybody, like something's not normal about that. Most other people probably wouldn't do that. So that's when I started to become aware that, like, you know what, I think I'm a little too far on the right with this being an introvert, being by myself. I think I need to aim for the opposite, and then hopefully I'll end up somewhere in the middle. And so, I mean, and it's different for everybody. Everybody has a different little thing that they need to work on. Some people are a little bit too shy, and that's just their natural bent. That's just their natural state. So they need to aim at being a little bit more assertive, and they'll probably end up somewhere in the middle. Some people are clearly a little too assertive. They need to aim at being a little bit more laid back, a little bit more chill, and hopefully end up in the middle. I don't know what your situation is or what things you need to work on, but everybody has something, and so maybe it's something you should reflect on and think about. What are some of my natural bents? What do I naturally do? And what am I too far this way on or too far this way on? And how can I aim the opposite to kind of balance out? Now, you might be able to think of a couple ideas, a couple things might come to mind, and maybe find a few. But what you really need to do is find a friend, find somebody that you trust and that cares for you, and ask them, what are some of my natural tendencies? See, another person can see another perspective on you that you're not even aware of. You have these natural tendencies that are so natural to you, you're blind to them. So if you had another person be like, yeah, you know what, you really got to work on this. And then, it might give you some insight. Don't get defensive, just acknowledge it. And then hopefully you can aim the opposite side and end up in the middle. Because in life, usually the answer isn't one far extreme or the opposite extreme. Usually the answer is somewhere in the middle. And that's for most things in life, not for everything necessarily. And so I encourage you to, go get feedback from a friend and find what works for you. And everybody's going to give you something different. And so that's why I encourage you guys just kind of reflect, because in the end, man, we all got to improve on something somewhere. And this is just a different way to look at it, different way to improve yourself, different way to change the way you approach things. And so you can accomplish anything you want as long as you want to put in the work and sacrifice. We're in this together. Let's go get it.